I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was called with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawn. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena on. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your number one chief rocker, Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy. And welcome to the premiere Knicks in the Nighttime show, the Knicks in the Night podcast. Let's go. Let's get it. Man, salute Sherwin is in the building. Kerry Cox, the son of the legend, is in the building. Jay Davis is in the building. Salute to everybody watching us on X and on YouTube and other places. Salute to the replay gang. Salute to everybody watching us live. If this is your first time watching us, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. Consider becoming a member. Salute Ribs is in the building. Salute my guy Ribs. What's good? A lot of stuff, man, to talk about, man. The Knicks beat the Cavs. And at times, the Knicks looked dominant. At times, the Knicks looked dominant, man. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. Man, at times, this Knicks team looked absolutely dominant. At times, it looked like we were going to go up by 20 on Cleveland. But Cleveland is a very proud franchise, at least right now. They're a very prideful franchise. Remember, this team that we beat, they legitimately won 64 games last year. And they did it with Darius Garland missing a lot of games. So Darius Garland missing tonight was not a major concern for me. Because they can beat you without Darius Garland, right? One of the things, so I have a bunch of takeaways from tonight's game. Takeaway number one. The roster is not as dire in certain places as we think it is. Randall's in the building. Salute. The roster is not as dire as we think it is in certain places. And in certain places where we feel like, yo, Kerry Cussa is listening and posting old jams. Hey, do your thing, bro. Hey, do your thing, man. So, but I don't think the roster is as dire as what we think, right? Some guys showed us some stuff in some places where we thought we may need immediate attention, and we don't need immediate attention in those areas. OG Anunoby rebounding the basketball was impressive. OG Anunoby guarding Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley was impressive. Yeah, Tory B is in the place to be. Salute to the Bronx, because if it wasn't for the Bronx, y'all already know the rest. Y'all already know the rest, right? Yeah, man. Hey, so there were a lot of things that we saw tonight. One of the things that we saw is that the Knicks can beat a championship contender when we are not at full strength. And what I mean by that is not that Josh was out or Mitch was out, right? But when we didn't deploy our full weaponry, right? We didn't deploy our full weaponry, and we still look like we could have mopped the floor with the Cleveland Cavaliers, right? We looked like we could have mopped the floor with them. We didn't change up defenses on Donovan Mitchell when he got hot, and I felt like Mike Brown didn't want to put stuff on paper. Yeah, Randall says he's shocked that Tyler Kolek got more minutes than Clarkson. I think he got more minutes than Yabusele also. I think he may have gotten more minutes than Yabusele and wait a minute. Clarkson, Yabusele. Who else? He played decent minutes. He played decent minutes. Right? Randall says Tibbs would never play an 11-man rotation. I was going to get to that too. He played 9 men in the first quarter. Right? He played 9 players in the first quarter, y'all. Right? There was one point in the game where the Knicks had played 11 players. There was one point in the second quarter where 11 players played and 9 of them scored. Right? I don't know if this is the place that we're going to live at, but it sure seems like it. Right? It sure seems like it. What it seems like to me is that when Mitch gets back, whenever Mitch gets back, then either Yabusele or, well, it'll probably be Huck Porty is going to be situational, right? And when Josh Hart gets back, I don't know. This was a great win, though, because this didn't feel like a win where we were lucky to get out of there. This felt like a win that was like, y'all lucky we wasn't at full strength or we to beat y'all by 30 type win. I think Cleveland legitimate, and I'm not saying this as a Knicks fan. I'm saying this as a basketball fan. As a basketball fan, I saw the Knicks leave a lot of meat on the bone. There were like, I think we counted 8. And when I say wide open, I mean, these shots were so wide. We never got shots this wide open last year. There were 3 8-pointers. And I think Cowboy Bob started counting at 3. He was like, that's the 3rd wide open shot. And then from there, we was like started counting them. So we got to like 8 wide open. It's like it was like a mall parking lot open. And we missed them, right? But at the same time, you know, we knocked down some threes. Now, I don't know if 35% is the place where we want to live at from 3. Right? But Cleveland is a championship contender. So some of the bad stuff that we saw tonight is because Cleveland is good and we are good also, but at the same time, we left a lot of meat on the bone And I know that some other teams have looked good so far, but I'm gonna tell y'all that we probably messed up a few things, but I think we probably like, hey man, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Landry Shamet is earning cachet with me. Excuse me. Landry Shamet, Deuce McBride, Tyler Kolek. They were all earning like cachet with me tonight. I want to look at. Did I say? I think Tyler Kolek earned some cachet with me tonight too. Let me see. Let me go here to the. Where is it? I'm looking for. There it is. Knicks versus Cavs. To me, Jarrett Allen tonight was a non-factor. Evan Mobley, to me, tonight looks like eventually Evan Mobley is going to be in the MVP conversation if he keeps having games like he has tonight at his age, right? Evan Mobley looked really good tonight, right? But you know what looked great to me tonight? Our wing defense. And I know those guys scored. DSJ's in the building. Tay in the building. Salute. Yeah, Sherwin, we took 43-point shots tonight, man. And I think we only hit like 35% of them, bro. I think we only hit like 35% of our threes. That's not really that impressive, right? So we left some meat on the bone there. Excuse me, I'm not even tired, man. I don't know what it is, but there was the Deuce McBride minutes I thought were very good minutes. The OG Anunoby minutes were very good minutes. The Karl-Anthony Towns minutes were really good. You can tell he's limited. He's limited, right? I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't play against Boston Friday because he looked really limited and slow. Now, right, Tori, right. Yeah, Sherwin. You feel me? You see what I'm getting at? Sherwin understands what I'm talking about. Like 14 for 40. I like that number in a way. I mean, I like the 40 attempts. I would love to see that number at around like 16, 17 for 40, right? 18 for 40 is asking too much. That's like 45%, 46%, something like that. But if you're talking about like 16, 17 for 40, yeah, now we cooking. Yeah. Hey, and Tori B, I sent you, I don't know if you got a chance, but I sent you the show ledger. So it's like all the stuff on it. So DSJ says 22 for 40 is, bro, that's like 54%, bro. DSJ, that's like 54%, bro. Yeah. So we left, we left a lot of meat on the bone. Jalen Brunson legitimate had I don't know what to call it. Jalen Brunson had a Jalen Iverson game. So Jalen Brunson had a Jalen Iverson game, right? Our bench didn't shoot exceptionally well. We got to the free throw line a lot. We doubled their free throw attempts because we were legit playing more offensively physical. Yeah, virtual. So yeah, I'm trying to use kind words about Jalen Brunson. That this is not a I'm not dismissing his effort. Right? I'm not dismissing his effort. So yeah, Jalen Brunson, in terms of execution wise, like I like the first shot he hit was a spot up 3-pointer. If y'all remember the how the course of events actually transpired, Jalen Brunson's first bucket was a spot up 3, which was exciting for me to see because that means he's getting open away from the ball, and at the same time, he knocked down his shot. So yeah. I think Mike Brown also was very in tune to the game. Every time Cleveland tried to go on a real run, Mike Brown burned a timeout. And so by the time we got to the end of the game, we really didn't have a bunch of timeouts. At the same time, we had a two possession lead. So those time and score timeouts that you need when you're down, because of those time and score situations, he didn't need them because the Knicks were up by 7 with 58 seconds left to go. So you didn't really need those time and score timeouts. Yep. Hey, and one of the things that that I noticed was Mike Brown gave Tyler Kolek a really long leash tonight. Tyler Kolek played in the fourth quarter tonight. And Tyler Kolek threw a dime to OG Anunoby that only real point guards make. I don't know if y'all remember the play or not, but Tyler Kolek got OG Anunoby a dunk at the rim off a pocket pass going right. Only point guards make that pass. Like ball handlers don't make those type of passes. Point guards make those type of passes. Tyler Kolek got some kudos from me tonight. Shout out to my guy Vert too, by the way. I'm not going to share what happened to him tonight, but he told us something earlier. And I just want to shout out Vert, man. Congratulations, bro. I never do that. I never get that lucky, bro. I never get that lucky, bro. Like my guy legit. Hey, man, salute to you, bro. Yeah, showing. Karl-Anthony Towns at times will make a play or do something, and you're like, bro, what's wrong with you? Like, I'm not bashing Cat, right? Like, I'm not bashing the total player because the fact that he played. Right. The fact that he actually suited up tonight was impressive with a quad injury. So I knew he wasn't going to be able to be explosive or jump. But the fact that he went out there and gutted it out but he drew like 3 really dumb fouls. He drew like some really dumb fouls. I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming, right? I knew this was coming. Hey, y'all, look, man. All right, let me see if I still got the thing up here. It's the thing I want to do, the clap your hands thing. Do we still have the clap your hands thing? No, we don't have the clap your hands, the standing ovation thing. Okay. All right. So Nick Yak, what you want us to do? You want me to say that you were right, even though I never disagreed. But you know what, though? I'll be a G about it. Nick Yak, you were absolutely right about Tyler Kolek. No strings attached. That man, hey, Nick Yak legit was talking up Tyler Kolek the entire time. Every time we got frustrated with Tyler Kolek, Nick Yak defended Tyler Kolek. So you know what? Like a G, we'll give you your credit, bro. Now, this is only one game. This is only one game, right? But for about 5 weeks, we were talking about trading Tyler Kolek so that we can keep Gary Bird. So, Nick, yeah, you're right. Right? Ant Dub in the building. Ant Dub, yeah, man. I don't know. Bro, you know, I be up here. I'll be up here. I can't be, you know what I'm saying? You know how it is. I can't be up here and in the chat. You already know what I'm about to say. You already know what I'm about to say. But you did stand your ground though. King Imbert says, I was gonna read King Imbert comment, and then I saw with Brahim. Y'all are wilding, bro. Yeah, but Karl-Anthony Towns, for his size, he was bullying Evan Mobley, man. He was bullying Evan Mobley. But you know what I wanted to say too? There were a lot of people in the chat. There were a lot of people in the chat that were saying that Cleveland's double big lineup was going to give us trouble. Right? You know, Cleveland they played 2 bigs. What are we going to do? They have 2 athletic guys and all this stuff. And Mitch didn't even play tonight, and we still bullied them. You know? I mean, Karl-Anthony Towns is just a big human being. Now, there were a lot of yeah. Brooklyn is expensive. And that's why I like the Bronx. I'm messing around. There were a lot of things that I saw that I was excited about, man. There were a lot of things that I saw that I was excited about. I like how Deuce stepped up and was confident. Deuce McBride looks confident. Now, there were a couple of things Deuce did, and I'm like, hey, man, you can't do those things as a guard. Right? Like, you can't throw a 6-foot pass to another guard. You're a guard. A 6-foot pass to another guard is similar to a dribble handoff. You may as well dribble it over there and give it to him. SF Wisdom is in the building. Yeah, I think Mike Brown did an excellent job keeping the guys in the lineup fresh. I think Mike Brown. So ultimately, I think Mike Brown did a great job. I think Brunson did a good job. I think our wing players, OG and Bridges, did a fantastic job. Right? They did a fantastic job. Right? The switching that they did tonight, you can only imagine what it's going to be like when Mitch gets back. Tonight, y'all legitimately saw breakaway dunks, deflections, tip passes, where wing players were creating havoc. You can only imagine what that's going to look like when Mitch Robinson gets back. Right? When Mitch gets back, when Josh Hart gets back, I think we're going to put this thing on 10. The only guys that didn't play tonight were the two youngest Knicks, were Kumo D and Pacom Dadier. Were the only two Knicks that didn't play tonight. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Yeah, Sherwin, I'm about to say something about Huck Porty, and I know all the Huck Porty fans are gonna hate me for it. I just got to keep it a stack, bro. I'm still trying to figure out what Huck Porty is, because he can't be a defensive player and look this bad on defense all night, and then be an offensive player and not score. What is he? I'm trying to figure out what Huck Porty is. Hey, Sherwin, I think he worse. I think you're being very kind. I think you're being very, very kind to Ariel Huck Porty. Because and I know Evan Mobley is an elite offensive player. I know Evan Mobley has the potential to be the league MVP one day. But I mean, how is Ariel Huck Porty getting number 31 grabbing rebounds over Ariel Huck Porty? Who was number 31, y'all? Who was number 31? Number 31 is not 31. I'm sorry. Number 32. Was it 32? Who was the white guy with the haircut? The white guy with the haircut grabbing rebounds over Ariel Huck Porty. Was it Sam Merrill? How big is Sam Merrill? No, it can't be Sam. No. Sam Merrill is 6'4", 205. It's not Sam Merrill. It might be Dean Wade. Dean Wade, that's him. Dean Wade, that's him. Yo, Huck Porty, that's him. Huck Porty, bro, come on, man. You got to put your body on somebody, bro. You got to put your body on somebody. Bro, you got to put your body on somebody, man. You got to, you know. I really liked Gershon Yabusele's defensive effort. Y'all tell me what y'all thought about Gershon Yabusele tonight. SF Wisdom, I'm not worried, but I will say yeah. I see you. Hey, and Nick, I see you about Huck Porty's rebounds. Hey, man, when we were watching the game, 2 of those that came off, they came off right to him. And one, everybody left. He was just down there by himself. The other 3, I can't remember. I thought he only had 2. The fact that he had 5 impressed me. But I only remember like those 2, the one that came right to him, and then the one where everybody took off and he grabbed the rebound by himself. But if he had 5, if you say he had 5, bro, he had 5. I like Jalen Brunson's shot creation tonight. The shots didn't go, but I do like the fact that Jalen Brunson can just get whatever shot he wants whenever he wanted. And I also like the fact that he looked to be unselfish at times. Yeah, I know. But Cat gets a lot of gang rebounds though too, bro. I know. I know. I know. But the difference between Cat and Huck Porty is that we know Cat can do a lot of different things and grab rebounds. We don't know what Huck Porty can do yet. Like, we don't know if he's a defender or an offensive player, a transition athlete. We don't know what he is. And the fact that none of that stuff stood out in his first, or it's not his first NBA start, but to start the season opener, you're like, what did you work on this summer? You know? Yeah. The most disappointing thing I saw tonight, and I'm not tripping, everybody. I'm not tripping, right? I thought I needed to see more Trey Jemison. East Blue Drew, what's good, man? For some reason, I like this kid, Trey Jemison. I don't know why. I don't know why. I felt like he should have played more minutes tonight. But I feel like when he's in the game, things happen. Right? Like I can't really speak to the specific thing, but it just seems like Trey Jemison is tough. Yeah, right. Yep. Sharon, you read my mind. You put it in chat as soon as I said it. Yeah, I wanted to see more minutes from Trey Jemison tonight. Right. I'm not for sure. I just think when he is in the game, like things just happen. And I'm not throwing away Huck Porty, y'all. I'm just saying, this is everybody. All this stuff that I'm talking about is just about tonight. This is not about the future. I'm not talking about trading anybody. I'm saying tonight. This is just about a recap of tonight's game, right? This is not about fire Leon Rose or Mike Brown better win out, better go 82-0. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just talking about tonight's game. I don't know. East Blue Drew, I don't know if he was. I need somebody to explain that to me, basically. Like, for instance, all the starters had a positive plus minus except for Ariel Hook Porty. And I know that doesn't make I know what plus minus is. I know plus minus is you have to look at it in a totality, like in a end of season perspective, and not a game to game thing. Right. Right. Yep. Yep. That's what he looked like. To me, he just looks tough. And probably because he is tough. Oh, this is a good question. Jordan Clarkson has to get into rhythm. He wasn't in rhythm tonight. Yabusele wasn't in rhythm tonight. Ironically, Landry Shamet was in rhythm. Tyler Kolek was in rhythm. Deuce McBride was in rhythm. Man, I would even say Trey Jemison was in rhythm. I just don't think that and Jordan Clarkson was 2 of 7, and one of those was a uncontested wide open dunk, fast break dunk. So if you take away the uncontested wide open dunk, he was basically 1 for 6 in the half court set. But I know that will change. I know that'll change. What do y'all think about Mikal Bridges' defense tonight? How do y'all feel about Mikal Bridges' wing defense tonight? Yeah. In game, I think I'm with you. I think his I think his perimeter defense was excellent. Right. I think his perimeter defense was excellent. I think them switching back and forth on Donovan Mitchell showed Donovan Mitchell different looks. I didn't think OG Anunoby could guard Donovan Mitchell tonight. Right. I felt like Bridges did a better job early on in the game. But then once Donovan Mitchell got cooking, there was nothing we can really do. When you throwing up 3-pointers off the glass and ones, it's not even about it ain't even about defense no more. Right? How did y'all like Jalen Brunson's defense tonight, y'all? And listen, and this is why I'm asking y'all this. I'm asking y'all this because it's a trick question, right? It's not because I want to trick y'all. It's because I want to lead into another conversation. How did y'all like Jalen Brunson defense tonight? And mind you, it's a trick question, not because I'm trying to be deceive y'all. It's because I want to open into another conversation. I want to kind of walk you down a path if y'all willing to go. But I think y'all will enjoy it. Yeah, hey, simple cricket talk. Yeah, I'm with you. I think his defense was good. I think his defense was good, right? And so the path that I was going to walk y'all down is, or walk you down sound like a bully, right? But let me say escort. I'll say escort you down. Is the reason why I bring that up is because being a two-way player in the NBA is very difficult, right? Being a two-way player in the NBA is very difficult. We saw Jalen Brunson give a lot of effort defensively tonight, and then you saw what happened to his offense, right? It takes a lot of energy, exertion to give 100% on both ends of the floor. And so while I know Jalen Brunson is still going to be an MVP candidate, and I still think his defense is going to be pretty good, I offer this. Let's be patient with Jalen Brunson's offense as long as we're winning. Like, as long as we're winning, let's be patient with Jalen Brunson's offense. Because if he's playing defense and we can knock off a 64-win team, damn near blow them out, right? I think we can be patient while Jalen Brunson adjusts to being a two-way player. And I know that's not a popular thing to say, right? The popular thing to say would be, oh, Jalen Brunson just had an off night. But I'm gonna offer this. If Jalen Brunson is looking to become a dynamic two-way player, and I don't mean lockdown defense. What I mean is good defense. If he can be good defense and still elite scorer, the MVP is in the bag. Right? Yeah, JB just maintains the same standard or a bit more. Yep. I think we just need to be patient, a little bit patient with JB, right? I don't think this was just an off shooting night. I think this is an adjustment period. But once it clicks, I think it's going to be hell on wheels, right? I think it's going to be hell on wheels once it clicks. About Karl-Anthony Towns, the way he looked tonight, Karl-Anthony Towns looked like a big man with a leg injury. There were rebounds coming off, and he wouldn't even jump. He wouldn't even, he just stuck his arms up. He just stuck them long tree branches up there and just grabbed them. Right? He just stuck those long arms up there and just grabbed rebounds. But Cat's probably got the best hands in the game, so you rarely see him bobble stuff, right? But when his quad get right, I think we'll be cooking. Yeah, Nick. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you when you say the 49 and 40. I agree. I'm not worried. If I sound concerned, I'm not. If it sounds like I'm trying to ring the alarm, I'm not. I'm actually trying to do the opposite. I'm actually trying to tell you, don't be alarmed. Don't ring the alarm. Don't be concerned. Let Jalen Brunson get comfortable in this new offensive and defensive scheme. Right? Be patient. Did I just say be patient to the New Yorkers? Yeah. Hey, Simple Cricket Talk. I don't know for sure. I know he was questionable, then doubtful, and then questionable again. And then he played. Hey, King Imbert, it was never going to be that, bro. Last year, it was never going to be that because they never defended the wing. They were not wing defenders last year. OG was a ISO defender, and Bridges was the point of attack defender. So they never got the opportunity. They were never deployed in that manner. Right? Right. See, they never were deployed in that what's the word I'm looking for? They never had a point of attack defender so that they could beat wings. Right? If they had a point of attack defender last year, I think you would have saw them do this last year. But instead, we ran Mikal Bridges into 400 screens per night over an 82-game schedule, and then wonder why his legs were not in his jump shots. Right? I will admit, though, I did like Landry Shamet's defense. The only thing about Landry Shamet's defense, though, is Landry Shamet is small for a wing. Now, am I saying trade Landry Shamet? No. What I'm saying is sometimes we just got to accept the fact that bigger wings are going to shoot over the top of them. We just got to live with it. Right? I'm not saying trade Landry Shamet. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying he is definitely a hustling wing defender. And sometimes 6'6", 6'7", 6'8" guys are just going to shoot over the top of Landry Shamet. It's just, we got to live with it. Right? Landry Shamet's a good NBA player. And he's a two-way player that can defend and a lot of defensive schemes and knock down threes on the offensive end. A lot of Wise in the building. Salute. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't see where there were a lot of things a Knicks fan could complain about tonight. We got foul calls tonight. We shot 38 free throws. We shot 43s. People off the radar look good. Deuce looked good. Kolick looked good. Shamet looked good. OG looked good. Bridges looked good. Cat looked slow and injured, but still gave us what did he give us? 19 and 10 rebounds or something. He still contributed. Jalen Brunson's shot wasn't going in, and he still looked good. Wasn't a lot of things to complain about tonight. Tonight truly looked like a good game, right? Truly looked good. Now, I don't know if the Celtics won or lost today, but we have the Celtics Friday at 7:30. And then we have the Miami Heat Sunday at 6 p.m. And based on how the schedule looks, the Knicks may, excuse me, y'all, the Knicks may be able to go on a decent run. We have Miami 3 times between now and November 17th. But I think Boston lost tonight. They don't look like they're going to do anything. Yeah, they lost to the Sixers. Boston lost to the Philadelphia 76ers tonight. Yeah. I was looking at the schedule, everybody, and I'm not jumping out the window, but so we have Boston. Boston looks like they're going to be what we thought they were going to be when we saw Jason Tatum laying on the floor. I don't know if Miami played tonight. Let me see if Miami lost to Orlando tonight. So Miami doesn't look like I don't see Tyler Hero in their lineup. Norman Powell had 28 for them tonight. I just don't see when looking at the early schedule, everybody. I just don't see a major challenge yet. Maybe Minnesota in about, let me see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. About our 8th game, maybe Minnesota, but then after that, the schedule lightens up again. So how do y'all feel? How do y'all feel about tonight's win about Cleveland overall? Do you feel like we caught Cleveland at the right time? Or do you feel like maybe the Knicks are just that good? Y'all be honest with me. Be honest with me. I'm not keeping receipts or none of that stuff. It's just conversation, man. We just talking Knicks. We just talking Knicks basketball. Rib says 3-0. And In-Game says we shouldn't take anybody lightly. Definitely not. Definitely not. Definitely not. But at the same time, what I will say is we give a lot of other teams credit, and we're always super harsh on about our own team. Yeah. I think Cleveland ran some. If y'all allow me to get basketball-y a little bit tonight, I think Cleveland ran a lot of very good offensive actions tonight, and they were defended very well, right? One of the things that I saw tonight that we didn't talk about during the summer, and maybe the other channels talked about it and we missed the boat on it, is Kenny Atkinson looked like he was trying to run his best plays, and it looked like Mike Brown knew those plays were coming. Right? Kenny Atkinson looked like he was trying to run his best plays, right? Maggette screen out the corner, cross the free throw line to hit a 3-point shooter in the corner. Y'all probably saw that all night, and maybe you recognized it and maybe you didn't, but that's a designed play, right? Crash from one corner, cross the free throw underneath the free throw line to draw the center and a weak side defender to kick it to the other corner for a 3-point shot. I saw them run it like 6 times, right? And when I saw it, I was like, hey, that's a play. Because I saw players moving, getting into position to run it. And I was like, wait a minute, is that a play? The first time it happened, I'm like, why is that dude over there in the corner open? And then the second time they ran it, they stopped, shuffled their personnel, and then ran it. Drip Moore's in the I'm gonna talk basketball, but let me do this first. I got a bone to pick with Drip Moore. First, let me get this stuff out the way. Drip Moore is in the building, right? I got a bone to pick with Drip Moore, though. Dripmo, why you don't shout people out on your channel, bro? I was in the chat waving and I was in Dripmo chat being a fanboy. Yo, and he didn't say nothing. I guess he was busy working. He was working. Dripmo was working. I forgot. My bad. Dripmo was working. I saw you picking the dude hair. Right? I'm like, yo, I'm right here. Yo, no lie. I saw Dripmo had a pick about this long, like picking dude hair, and like the metal pick. I got a pick up here. I'll show you. Let me see. Do I have a pick up here? Oh, the pick is. Oh, okay. So it's over there. Yo, salute the Dripmo, man. Salute. But Cleveland ran this play, and it looked like Mike Brown was prepared for it. Now, here's the thing. Coaches put a lot of stuff on tape, right? But how does Mike Brown know the ins and outs of what Kenny Atkinson gonna do? Yeah, the offense did look, but you can tell when we get tired, we just don't run. When we get tired, we just don't run. Mike Brown was screaming to no. Hey man, Brunson started the ISO towards the end of the half, and you saw them getting that 1-4 flat. Every time you see 1-4 flat, you already know that somebody gonna ISO, right? Somebody is gonna ISO, right? Mike Brown ran out there. No, move the basketball. Yeah, man. I saw that. I was excited about that, just to see the fact that Mike Brown was telling them boys, no, we not doing that. Nope. You're not gonna settle back on what y'all comfortable with. Right? Nah, y'all gonna run. Y'all gonna spread this floor. We're gonna continue to spread this floor. Right? Y'all gonna continue to spread this floor. And it worked. And it worked. The thing, one of the things I think, how does Mike Brown know Kenny Atkinson? Somebody tell me how would Mike Brown know everything Kenny Atkinson doing? And if that's the case, do y'all think that's going to impact the rest of the games, the rest of the season? Do you think whatever it is Mike Brown knows about Kenny Atkinson is what Kenny Atkinson knows about Mike Brown? Because it didn't look like Kenny Atkinson was defending Mike Brown's offense, but it looked like Mike Brown knew everything Kenny Atkinson was trying to do. That's interesting. That's interesting to see, because that's like I think that's a new wrinkle to our conversation. Corey C in the building. Bronx Mel in the building. if there's a Golden State connection between Mike Brown and Kenny Atkinson, I think that adds a whole nother layer of depth to the conversation in terms of what may or may not happen in the playoffs. Because if these guys know each other, like that, then I'm not for sure if that plays to our benefit or to our detriment come big boy time. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Yo, Derek Frank's in the building. Salute. I didn't. If I knew it, I just didn't remember. If I knew it, I just didn't remember. Top notch T. That's the that's the flyest gift in the building. Raleigh, a Knicks fan. All right, that's the dope. That's the dopest joint on YouTube, bro. Y'all know I love the Boondocks. Dripmore says our benefits because nobody's seen these Knicks play. I could agree, right? But if there is a San Antonio Spurs connection and a Golden State Warriors connection, then these coaches probably know each other's tendencies intimately. Like they know what each other wants to do. And maybe Mike Brown tipped his hand to Kenny Atkinson to let him know. Yeah, bro, come on, bro. Yeah. Yeah, man. But if Mike Brown knows what Kenny Atkinson wants to do, it sets up a whole nother conversation. Because if the Knicks already, by nature, bully the Cavs by brute force, right? If they already bully them by brute force, and then we know what type of offense and defensive sets they want to run, I don't think Cleveland wants to see us in a playoff situation. And so I was going to ask this one last question real quick before I get out of here, because y'all know I got to get on these phones at like 7:15 in the morning. I got to start cranking up phones, right? How y'all feel about Mike Brown after game one? I know it's only one game. How y'all feel about what y'all saw from Mike Brown in a regular season game? I'm gonna say two things that I saw that I liked about Mike. He did a lot of stuff that a normal NBA coach will do, but there were two things that stood out for me that is Mike Brown specific. The fact that he played 11 players in the first 16 minutes of a game is crazy. And in the first 16 minutes of a game, 9 New York Knicks scored a point. That's impressive. The other thing that I saw, and y'all know I believe in Jalen Iverson. Y'all know I believe in the Jalen Iverson thing. I want Jalen Brunson to take all the shots he wants, just not dribble the air out the basketball. I want Jalen Brunson to have the greenest light ever created. I just don't want him to dribble the basketball half to death, right? And I know it seems like those two things don't go together, but Steph Curry don't dribble the air out the basketball, bro. But what I saw is Jalen Brunson the shot was kind of not going. And this dude played Tyler Kolek like, how many minutes did Tyler Kolek play tonight? This dude played Tyler Kolek like, where is it? This dude randomly played Tyler Kolek 14 minutes. And Tyler Kolek, for the most part, looked decent. His defense wasn't atrocious. Right? Tyler Kolek legit hooped tonight. And Mike Brown saw he was hooping and left him in the game. If that had been another coach, that saw Landry Shamet knock down 2 threes, Landry Shamet would have been getting splinters in his behind. If there had been another coach and Tyler Kolek started cooking, Tyler Kolek would have been on that bench with a warm-up on. How dare you try to look like a decent NBA player? Yeah. I think tonight probably sets a serious professional tone. Legitimately, the Knicks probably beat the Cavs with their C+ game. Like, I don't even think this is their B game, right? This is definitely not their A game. I think they beat the Cavs with their C+ game, and I think a lot of teams are going to find out that the Knicks are nothing to play with. I'm glad y'all enjoyed the game, right? I'm glad we won. I'm glad I had these few minutes to talk with y'all, holler at y'all, chop it up with y'all. If y'all new here, subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button, right? Consider becoming a member. It's easy. You can do it on your desktop, right? Consider becoming a member because we were trying to do some things around here, trying to get this website up and running. The Discord may be ready. The Discord server may be ready tomorrow or Friday, one of them days. So we'll have the Discord phone line set up where we can connect it here and take calls off Discord and keep the conversation going on Discord and all that stuff. All that stuff all the fancy channels do, like have a Discord server, have a website, all that stuff. We're going to try to get all that stuff in place. But I don't know about I don't know about the website because I got to buy a living room set. So we'll see how that go. I'm going to try to have the website next week. If not, it may be November, Thanksgiving before we have the website up. But the website, what I want to do is have all the Lawrence Tears personalities on the website, give all the Lawrence Tears personalities a place where they can add stuff. And if you want to follow the Lawrence Tears personalities, you can go to the website and click on that person's stuff, name and all that stuff, and you'll see how they feel about stuff. We'll do interviews, all that stuff, put all that stuff up there. We'll put news up there. And I think we may have an insider. We may have an insider for Knicks news this year. And so we'll use that website and this place right here to kind of put news out. So again, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, consider becoming a member, all those things. Spread the word, man. Salute to the Lawrence Tears fam. Man, love y'all, man. Thank y'all for all y'all hard work and contribution to something great. We're just trying to do a great product, not for myself, not for them. So if you're part of the Lawrence Tears family, you know, like we're legitimately doing this for the Knicks community, trying to be great out here in these Knicks streets. I'm gonna go in here and get some rest. See y'all tomorrow night, 11 o'clock. Peace, everybody. Oh, hey, and Lawrence, hey, y'all look out for y'all email, man. Y'all read them emails I be sending. Stop playing. Peace, y'all.
I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my son.